Well, hey, what is up, people?
All you're gonna hear is munch, munch,
I'm gonna
munch.
get some tunes on. Bear with us.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Crunchy. There we go. Made some tweaks. Live streaming's always fun. Hopefully, this looks a bit better than it did last time after watching the last one back. Didn't look as good as I had hoped, so hopefully
Yeah,
this looks...
by Chris's standards, it didn't look good. I thought it looked okay.
The quality was a little bit low. If you've ever dealt with streaming or anything before, you'll probably know that it doesn't always run as smoothly as you think it's going to before you start.
But anyway, welcome back, welcome to another live stream here on YouTube. Very excited about it. You guys seem to really enjoy the last live stream. We got talking about all kinds of things, camera related, video, photo, all of that good stuff. So yeah, we thought we'd come back and join you again for another live stream.
Got our tea, and we're probably going to start literally every live stream with tea and probably some form of a biscuit. Cameron, what is up? Hope you're having a nice... What day is it? Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everyone. This live stream is probably a little later than we would have wanted it. It's just kind of difficult trying to get started on time. But we would like to maybe do them a little bit earlier in the day. Maybe that suits you a little better. I'm not sure, but a little earlier would be nice.
Yeah. Ideally around like 3 p.m. What's that? UK time? Is that GMT?
Yeah.
Around that time. So like literally an hour before now, but
it's almost 5.
Fiddling around with things always takes a little bit longer. But
yeah. Come
for
join
anybody
us. Chat to us.
Is in, feel free to share the stream if you want. Give it a thumbs up too. That would be appreciated because it lets all the other people who are subscribed to the channel know, and they can come in and join us and whatever. We're just going to chat sort of about our process of taking photos, run through some photos, maybe edit a few photos as well, and just sort of answer any questions, which we're probably going to do in every live stream. Just whatever you guys want to know about photos or video, we're going to answer them, and then
anything.
Probably have some sort of a general topic we're chatting about during the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
how has your week been? Good?
Yeah, I'm going to mess around with things for a little sec. You can...
It's kind of an interesting song.
Yeah. We have a playlist just going through Epidemic at the minute, and that is a bit of an interesting one.
Let's change that, actually.
Should I change this?
Possibly.
1 sec.
Just trying to get everything set up here. If you guys could see what's going on right now in this.
A lot of settings, but it seems to be running okay, which is.
It seems to be running okay, which is the main thing. But there's just so much going on, you know. It would be nice to have like all of this neatened a little bit and tidied away. But if you're in the live stream, drop a hello in the chat. Say hello to us. Tell us how you're doing this fine day. How's your week been? Cameron, how are you doing? Feeling good?
Jeez. Almost choked on my tea. Definitely don't say that in the live stream.
I sang it.
Okay, I think we'll just jump into Lightroom and
Did we
edit
have
a
any
couple of pics.
questions that
Yeah.
we didn't answer in the last one? No.
I certainly cannot remember them if we did.
Or any comments that you got recently that you can remember?
Comments? No, we don't. We just
Questions?
constantly get comments on our videos about how we take our photos and how we edit them and stuff. And yeah, just a lot of questions around that. So let's jump into Lightroom and I'll edit a photo of something. Something or other. We also did try the Iridiant X transformer thing, which if you shoot Fuji, you probably have heard of, and maybe do something on that. I will mention about it when I do a bit more testing on it.
Cameron, my week is not going well. Oh no. That's not good.
That's not good.
That is not good. Sorry to hear that. What about you? Not so bad. It's been going. We do have a little trip coming up next week, which is very exciting.
We do.
Only for a couple of days. We're gonna head south down towards Dublin, and we're gonna stay there for a few days, do some videos, get some photos. Hopefully it doesn't completely rain all day every day.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to just run through some of the photos before I actually start editing some, and I'll sort of pick a few and explain the process, because obviously the title of this is how we compose, shoot and edit, so it's not all down to the edit. Obviously editing photos is a huge part of it, for us anyway. But you have to take the photo first, have the idea, take the photo, and then you can edit. So I can run through, I'll just pick a few at random and sort of explain what I was thinking. This is an example of one when we were in, whoa, I accidentally put a preset on it. Even though I didn't click it. So hold on. So this is one you may have seen on Instagram. I believe I posted it to your Instagram the way. The link is in the description. It's just the here, except take away the visuals. Yep. This was one when we were just driving around Portaferry and it was a pretty nice day. And I just wanted to take some, I wanted to try and find a spot where I could take photos of just the green fields because there was a lot of them. And I don't know what it was they were like growing in them, but the grass was like really long or had been cut and you could see like the tracks through it, which I thought was kind of cool. And with this one, I was literally just trying to get a wide shot to show the fields as much as I could, but also like the gate and like the wooden fence post, which is just kind of cool. I don't really like the blue like rope that's on it. Yeah, that's kind of but nice. I mean, yeah.
It is what it is.
I shot this one at f8. I probably could, I mean, there's a few different ways you could have went. I kind of wanted everything to be in focus in this one, so I just went with f8. The fence post is kind of in focus. I ended up doing two variations of this where I, like this one, where I actually just focused on the pole itself. I thought it was kind of cool. And it just rolled backgrounds, kind of.
Oh, that old. Yeah.
So like this was, no, that's the other one. I have so much photo. It's in here somewhere. This is certainly not good for the stream scrolling through Lightroom like this, but yeah, that one I think was got a bit of that old Windows vibe, doesn't it?
Kind of. I have a question. Do you think?
Because, so does someone else.
Yeah, because you went out that day thinking in your head, I want a picture of like open green fields, like because you had said that before you had took this picture. Do you think if you hadn't have been thinking or have that in your head, would you have seen this as a photo?
Well, the reason I wanted to take that was because we did see it. Because I seen it when we were driving. Like, there's a lot more
also looking for
green fields here, and I was like, I wonder could I get a shot? Because normally you just don't see fields like this. I mean, they are around Ireland, a lot of fields, but not like the size and sort of the amount of them that there was here, and it was all kind of hilly looking.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think that made me think about it, and then the next day I went out with the idea to get it, which made me constantly look for it.
This is a wonderful question from UG Helix Sounds. Why ask what do you think is the economic objective of the Fuji of the new modern stage more clear for you? I literally have no idea how to answer that question.
You might have to rephrase that.
Cameron, is our sound glitching? Is the audio
this is what happens
having
when you
problems?
Open Lightroom. Yeah, let us know. It seems to be running okay on my end.
Yeah, we just can't hear it back, so.
This is why you need a beast to stream. It's kind of annoying this always happens during streams, but we'll just roll with it. If it keeps going like this, I'll just close Lightroom.
Yeah.
Me scrolling through pictures like that probably isn't ideal, but the edit on this photo is like that, if you can see it. You see that in the stream? Probably a little delayed. Quite a subtle edit. I mean, sort of. We always like that warm look to the photos, which is why this one definitely has it. But besides that, we just changed the colour of the blues and the greens a little bit, and then
slightly.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
Kind of a rich looking
sort
of a look to it, which is kind of cool. It's great now. So yeah, it's just when I scroll, I'll try not to scroll too much.
No scrolling.
Kind of impossible when I have to go through Lightroom to look at the photos.
I know. And the problem is that there's so many and so many versions of the same photo.
Yeah.
that can be a problem.
Apologies for that. Again, it's something we're constantly trying to fix, but when you're trying to run a stream with Lightroom, it's going to have a few problems from time to time.
Any other notable photos you'd like to mention?
This was another version of that type of shot that I wanted to get, and I think this, if the lighting idea, this one was quite a wide shot, and I wanted to have like the greenery here on each side and just show a big open field. The gate was just like open, and I thought this looked kind of cool because obviously the tree in this one is pretty. It's a pretty cool tree.
Yeah.
The grass was really long too, so yeah, probably could have done better with this one, but the lighting wasn't great. If we had came back at like golden hour or something, and that tree was just lit up, would have been pretty cool. But if you have any questions, yeah, drop them in the chat and we can answer them.
Any photos that aren't of fields?
Not for quite a bit of scrolling more, probably.
So fast. Is that the little boat? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one I haven't actually finished the edit on this one, I don't think, but you get. I'm thinking like super minimal when I'm taking this, so obviously I'm gonna crop or I'm gonna clone out the little boys in the water.
Yeah.
Just to minimalize it, and then you're just left with a little boat. A nice sunset sky in the background.
Yeah, because those little things are a little bit too distracting to the eye.
Yeah, they're quite annoying, especially this one. So
you just want that to be left quite minimal.
Yeah, I would literally just crop that out. So it's pretty simple. Photoshop does this better, but for something like this, it's pretty easy to do in Lightroom. Not that great. I'd probably move that around a wee bit, but you can already see how much better it looks with just that one away.
Yeah. So take the others away too.
So yeah, the before and after this is something like that. The white balance obviously is not going to be perfect in camera all the time, so it might have been a little bit warmer than that when you actually shot it, and then you warm it up and get the nice glow in the water and
the nice tones in the sky. I like those tones.
And then I would probably crop in either like if it's a 4x5 for Instagram, probably something like that.
Yeah.
This would probably also look cool as a square. Just kind of center the boat, and then you have a little square photo.
Cute.
Kind of cool. So that's normally when we're taking photos, we're always leaning towards trying to make them a bit more minimal. That's just down to the style of photo that I like to take anyway when I'm taking them.
And actually, the majority of our photos are taken by Chris. I would say 90%.
Yeah, probably is.
90% of our photos are taken by Chris, I would say. I'm more of the video person in this duo, so really I don't know why I'm here in this live stream. I'm just here for, moral support and to offer any opinions.
Well, I mean, you take some of them. Any photo of me you take, and then yeah.
Sometimes.
Why you guys add white frames to your photos? In my opinion, it's better without the frame. It is completely of your own preference.
Yeah, it's a total personal preference, that one.
So yeah, I'm gonna go out of Lightroom a little side to give this a little bit of a break. Yeah, we do like the white borders. We've been doing it for quite a while now on Instagram. I just seen people doing it and thought that it frames a photo. It gives like especially on Instagram when they're all like crammed together, that it gives your photo just a bit of space, a bit of room to breathe. I think is how people. So
Cameron, I had the same opinion as you. I originally didn't like the white borders. Remember at the beginning, I was like, oh no, I don't want all these white borders on our Instagram because I don't know, I was the same as you. I thought they looked better all together. And then as we started to do it, and the more you do it, you can see why. I mean, it's not for everybody, of course, it's a personal preference, but it does allow you to edit the photo. How do I explain this? So like you edit the photo for that photo. Okay, so you're not having to make everything look the same because they're right beside each other. Whereas if you give it that little bit of space, you can give it a little bit of individuality as well and let it do its own thing and have its own edit, and it will still work cohesively on your Instagram feed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
that makes it like cohesive, but still the edits can be a little bit different.
Yeah, whenever you we don't really concentrate, and I don't think it's a good idea, although it does look cool on Instagram. We've sort of mentioned this before, I think, with people who have a photography account on Instagram and then try to worry about matching their feed more, making their feed look cohesive than how an individual photo will look.
And
so
sometimes that can ruin the photo because you're trying to make it.
So you're trying to force a photo to fit a feed whenever it might not work, and we're guilty of this too. Like with old like presets and stuff we made ourselves just for our own use on Lightroom. I used to like real moody look, and I used to put it on photos and think that's cool. It gives it a look, and you feel like it is sort of unique to your look if you make one that's really dramatic looking. And then I was getting to edit photos, and it was sort of limiting me to only wanting to take photos where I knew those edits would work.
Yeah.
Whereas since we started doing more like landscapey stuff or like nature photography rather than just other stuff, those edits I didn't think really worked. And then I started liking other people's photos that had a more natural look to them and started just gradually changing because that's what I liked editing, and realized that the other one just doesn't work. It was making the photo not look as good as it could just to fit a feed. So I think the white borders do, like Christina said, allow you to have photos that are edited slightly differently
but still
look
work
more cohesive
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it was better when Instagram didn't have the black theme.
Oh yeah, the dark theme.
It looks really bad with the dark theme.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
We don't use it, no.
I don't think most people use it. I don't know. I think if you want to look at photos the way the photographers intend them to be seen, it's probably best to just have it on the white background, because especially like us, we intend it to be viewed with the white background with the borders instead of having this weird
Please don't use the dark theme.
black line. Yeah, so if you want to flick on our feed and look at it, then maybe go back to the white theme.
But that's a good question. Thank you for your question. And again, it is just personal preference. If you don't like them, then you don't have to use them.
How does the stream look, by the way? Is that on full quality?
Yeah, I think so. It's 1080.
Just make it full screen, will you, for a sec? Charbel, what is up? And he says, what do you guys think of Fuji recipes or straight out of camera JPEG? Good question.
We do want to do a video on this.
We are currently figuring out what ones we're going to use and trying to set that up, because we're going to do a video on it soon, where we're not sure what we're going to be taking photos of, where it's going to be like a little lifestyle shoot or actually out taking landscapey photos or whatever
At
way.
one point we were going to take pictures of Highland cows.
Yeah.
So it could be literally anything.
We're sort of still figuring out what the best way is for us to do that, because obviously we do want to have the raws as well, so we're trying to figure out whether we should just use the same film simulation we use for video because I like it, or sort of tweak our own to make it look as close to what it would look like when we finish an edit in Lightroom, which would be cool because we kind of have our own sort of preset all ready to go in camera. So but from what I've seen at Charbel, the JPEGs look pretty epic. And the other thing is you don't have to worry as much about the sharpening, like the Lightroom sharpening thing when you shoot JPEG, because it's already sharpened in camera, so pretty sure that improves things.
So watch this space, I guess.
Yeah,
keep a lookout for
over
that
the
video.
next few. I think we will probably be trying out some film simulations. Not sure which ones, and obviously we have a certain look we like, so I don't know, maybe we'll go something completely different just for the sake of the video. I don't know.
We could literally do multiple videos on like different ones.
Yeah, we could. Interesting. It quality looks pretty bad, I think, does it? Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Doesn't look as good as the last one.
So
does it?
yeah, I don't know. I need to figure this thing out. The live stream. It's kind of hard because we can't see how it looks till we live stream. But
Yeah.
We're running at a very high quality setting, and it may actually look worse than the last time. Not sure why. Apologies if it does, it's a work in progress.
It's definitely a work in progress.
So I probably shouldn't open Lightroom again, but I kind of want to for the sake of this video. I'll try it one.
How Lightroom looks.
I'll try it one more time, but I know it starts dropping. Okay. Anyway, see how that goes. So yeah, let me see if there's another photo.
Too much scrolling.
Yeah, now they're all loaded up. Apologies if we lose some frames here for a sec. I'm trying to pick a photo that I can explain. Here's a drone photo. You might like this one. Oh no, I can't show it. Well, I can show it, but I can't. The hard drives aren't in for this one. But this was another one. Composition wise, this is pretty simple. Again, we try to make it as minimal as possible.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going for the straight path from the castle building right to the temple.
If you've seen our photo vlog up at Musselton Temple on the north coast, you would have probably seen this shot, unless you just skipped that part of the video.
Or you didn't watch it all together.
This is definitely one of, drone-wise, definitely one of my favourite photos we took on the drone. Probably one of my favourite photos from that video. This is a vertical pano on the drone. I think it's like 3 or
you did do a
4
vertical pano
photos.
here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I believe this is 3 or 4 photos. Yeah, I took one down lower, so covering like this sort of area, and then I pan up with the drone, take one from there, then pan up again, take another one, and I may have took another one. I'm not sure. It looks like a 3-stage one.
We do actually have a video on the channel of us doing this for on the drone when we first got the drone. So if you wanted to check out how exactly you do, or how exactly we do those types of photos, then yeah, check it
out. Hello, what is up? I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name. Patel? Something Patel? Can you pronounce that? Saurav Patel?
I'm not going to butcher it.
What is up?
Hi.
Hope you're having a nice Thursday. Cheers for joining us. Charbel says, cool, thanks. I've been playing around with the recipes from Fuji X Weekly website, especially Kodachrome. Yeah, that's the website that we'll probably head on to if we're looking for a certain look. But I would definitely like to sort of create our own, as close to we can get as the look we like when we edit a photo. So not sure where that'll start from or where it'll end, but we'll give it a go. Sort of a thing you need to do as you go. Sonic says, what would be the best?
Be in big screen if you're answering questions.
Yeah, I'll answer a few questions, then I'll go back and explain that photo. Sonic says, what would be the best Fuji lens for a beginner for the overall usage and some semi-professional work? I'd love to hear your opinion. I'm not going to lie to you, we only have one lens for it, and I haven't tried the other ones yet. We said this in the last video, we've said it in multiple videos. We would have tried lenses by now, but because of the whole situation here in the UK with the Brexit scenario, we can't get lenses here over to Ireland. They can't figure out.
Yeah. And it's been going on for months.
Yeah,
literally, it's been so long that we can't get lenses. I don't understand why. Why just lenses? Give me a lens.
Yeah, so we can't get the lenses, otherwise we would have tried multiple different lenses by now, and whenever we can, we will be trying out some other Fuji lenses. But for what you're looking, I mean, the lens that we have, the 18 to 55mm, is a great lens. It is wide enough to do some landscapey shots, and you can zoom in and do portraits and stuff, or get some sort of zoom going on.
Yep.
Great little lens. If you want to spend a bit more and get a bit of a higher quality lens, the 16 to 55 is the better quality version of the 18 to 55, but it doesn't have stabilization, so if you do video, probably not the best option for you.
Yeah, unless you have a gimbal.
If you have the XT30, if you have the XT4 that has stabilization, you might get away with it. But the 18-55 we think is a great little lens for sort of all-round stuff.
Yep.
Did we pronounce your name right? Patel from India.
Hi from India. Hi from Ireland.
Does XT30 overheat? How do you manage? We have not had that camera overheat once.
Never.
On us.
It's actually never overheated.
Somebody actually asked this in the last live stream as well, and we sort of explained that we don't use it, like we don't have the camera sitting recording for a long time. I think there is a limit on it, but I'm not sure how long it is. But we don't have it recording. We do like a shot, and then we'll maybe take a photo and then do another video clip. And normally not for too long.
Not for a long period of time, no.
But we have been outside on warm days recording a few talking parts for like 15 minutes or so, and then we never had any problems. We've never had an overheating warning or anything on the camera, and I haven't heard about anyone having that issue.
Thankfully. So no overheating issues on our part.
Okay, I'm going to go back into Lightroom again. What's up, everybody that's joined in, by the way? Hope you're having a nice Thursday. Cheers for joining us. As we explained, still trying to figure out this quality issue with... Well, it looks way better there. I think it's just when I open Lightroom.
I think, yeah, when we have Lightroom open, it tends to just get a little bit out of breath, as you would, you know?
Yeah.
You know, if you're running for a long time and you get a little bit out of breath.
Streaming on a laptop here with, quite high settings.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so with this photo, what we were trying was, obviously, like Christina said, to line the path up with the temple and the old ruined house here. It's actually a mansion. That's pretty cool to just walk through.
Very cool, yeah.
And then the sun was rising to the right-hand side of this photo, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't shooting straight into the sun because the Mavic Mini hasn't got the greatest dynamic range on it, so you don't want to really push it. Hence why I like sort of just cut
a little bit of glare.
Cut the sun off, and just had a nice glow coming in from one side. And when I was editing, I then just made that even softer and didn't worry about trying to keep detail in that. I just worried about making it look like a nice soft glow coming in. And
which is exactly what it does.
Yeah. I also think I might have... I'm not sure if I bracketed this one as well, but if you're using your Mavic Mini or any drone really, you want to make sure that you're most of the time taking 3 photos, your exposure bracketing, and then combine them, because it's only a little camera with a little sensor, so you want to get as most out of it as you can. So
you bracket it
and I'm not sure if I did. I think whenever you set it to bracket, so whenever I take a photo, it takes 3, and then I look up and it takes another 3, and then another 3.
So essentially, you had like 12 photos to try.
I'm not sure. I did that on. I'm not sure if I done that on this, but I definitely panoed it. I'm not sure if I combined the photos or if I needed to, but it worked out anyway. But yeah, that's a little tip with your drone. Make sure you expose your bracket, especially in conditions like this if it's really contrasty. But yeah, again, quite a minimal shot, and I wanted to make sure it was high enough that there was a lot of the grass in it and the like horizon line and some clouds and stuff. So
it was the perfect morning.
It's the perfect morning.
It was the perfect morning. The tones were just hard to beat.
It was exactly how I had hoped it would look.
It was. If you have any questions on that,
you can keep an eye on them because I can't flick back to see them. This was actually another one of the exact same, the mansion. I always like these straight down shots, and we've got a few comments on our video from you guys saying that you like them too, and on our Instagram as well. So try the straight down one. Again, this is on a different hard drive. This is why it's saying file cannot be found. But yeah, just a minimal shot straight down, which I think looks pretty cool.
Yeah. When I first saw this photo, I was
yeah.
It's like, hee, that looks like something that...
I mean, it's a very weird something if it is, but yeah. Where else? We have quite a few more shots at Musselin, and this was another one. Let's go for a 4x5 this time instead. So with this one, again, at sunrise, Very minimal. This is the kind of photos that I like to take, kind of keep it clean. I'm kind of glad that there wasn't too many clouds.
Yeah.
A lot of landscape photographers literally won't really shoot much unless it's cloudy because they think it doesn't have enough like going on. It's not dramatic enough looking. I kind of prefer it when there's very few clouds or none at all, and it gives that like, yeah, I don't know, like sort of a painting sort of look to it.
Yeah, we definitely love the gradient sky too. So
Yeah.
when you have the tones going from light to a little
Yeah,
bit
so like in
darker.
this one it kind of goes from darker just a light at the bottom because the sun's coming up, so it's kind of only hitting part of the sky. And then there's just one dandelion just there with the little white seed. Is that seeds? It is like seeds, isn't it? Little white.
Yeah, I guess
think
they
it
are.
is.
Yeah, they probably are.
And then I tried another one. I'm not sure. I focused on the dandelion.
Yeah, so we switched the focus on this one to be.
Of course, I can't find the one where I focused on the dandelion.
Yeah.
But or no, is this it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is the one.
I done this in 4x5
landscape.
as well, but this is a 4x3 landscape one, which I actually really like.
And that's something we always have to think about too whenever we're composing a photo, is whether or not it should be in landscape or portrait. You also have to think about the crop. If you're going to be cropping 4x5 for Instagram, is the crop going to ruin your photo? You know, you have to think about all these things during your composition. So
Yeah.
most of the time now, though, we try to take photos in both portrait and landscape, so we have both of them. We do like to do, or Chris likes to do, the swipe across
I like
on
it.
Instagram, so that's when
yeah.
our landscape photos come into play.
I love doing that. If you follow on Instagram, you'll know that literally every photo we take, or most of them, I like to do the like slide photo, the joint photo on Instagram
Yeah.
where you split the landscape in half. It's just kind of cool instead of just flicking through all the photos just being 4x5.
Yeah, we like to do that. So that's why we always try and take both, for sure.
I will be back in one sec, so you can chat to the people while I go to the bathroom.
Yay, I'm going to take your place. What was I saying there? Oh yeah, composition. So that is one thing that you just have to keep in mind. I always forget, and Chris has to remind me every single time, don't forget about the crop. He always says to me, don't forget the Instagram crop, because I tend to just take the photo in the way that I like it and forget that it will be cropped in post-processing. So I'm always forgetting about that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, so I have to like maybe zoom out a little bit and so that we can add the crop in there and it won't ruin the actual framing of the photo. So yeah, one thing to remember, and I don't remember, so Chris has to remind me all the time. So maybe you need to get yourself a Chris. But yeah, any other questions on that? Any other questions on composition? Nice. Just nice. Yeah, thanks. USA Studio. Hi to everyone also if you're just joining us. Not just me here, Chris is also here. But yeah, thank you for joining us on today's live stream. We are still trying to figure out everything.
I'm back.
Hopefully you can hear us okay. As long as you can hear us and see us, then that's the main thing. But yeah, I was just saying that how I always forget about the crop every time.
Oh yeah, that's something
You
you
have
do
to
need to
remind
think
me
about
all
though,
the
especially, I mean, most people are uploading their photos to Instagram, and that's probably one of the first spots you're thinking about when you're taking a photo, where you're going to put it. So yeah, shooting and making sure that you are ready for that 4x5 crop, at the very least, that or a square.
So every time it's just like, don't forget the crop. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. USA Studio, what is up? He says, nice. I'm just going to say Patel. My Fuji RAW photos look grainy at the edge in Lightroom. Grainy or just
Really?
low quality, because depending on the lens you use, I think literally every lens, the center is the sharpest part of it, and round the outside it's gonna gradually get softer, and that kind of shows the quality of your lens too. Some lenses, the more expensive ones, will keep sharpness better at the edges, whereas cheaper, lower quality lenses will get even softer towards the edge.
And does it look like that, like straight out of camera or after editing?
Yeah, the quality will be straight out of camera, but yeah, it might have like
Oh, sorry, she said
be
raw
softer
photos.
looking. Kevin, what is up? Cheers for joining us. You vlog with the XT30.
Hi, Kevin.
We do.
We do, and I wouldn't necessarily say vlog.
If you refer to it as video log, then yeah.
Then yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we make our videos all with pretty much all with the Fuji
Yeah.
XT30, and we have some shots from our Sony RX10 as well.
Yeah, we only use our Sony RX10 mainly to get the more like the behind the scenes sort of shots where it shows maybe Chris taking a photo or me doing something, taking video or something, so you can kind of see what we're doing, because we like to show you those kind of shots too, where you can see exactly how we take photos or how we make videos, and what exactly we're doing with the Fuji. So we use the Sony for that, but the majority of the time all of our footage and photos are on the Fuji X230.
Yeah, and we use the Astia soft profile for the video as well.
Hi, is that an L or an I?
Malfi Pro.
Hi, Malfi.
What's up, Malfi?
Hi guys, just discovered your channel yesterday. Really like the feel of it. Good. The vibe's good.
Yeah, the vibe.
How do you create the slide landscape photos for Instagram? Just what we were talking about.
Yeah, good question, Malfi. So for those, what we do is, I'll try and explain it easy. So obviously you have to have a landscape photo. 16 by 9 is probably best, but sometimes we do it with a 4 by 3. It depends whether you want a border or not. So essentially what you're doing is either in Photoshop or other platforms. We actually use GIMP for a lot of stuff, that like simple stuff like this where we don't really need to bother with Photoshop. We crop our photo 16 by 9 most of the time, bring it into the photo editing software, whatever that is, and then we open up another photo on top of it that's been a 4 by 5. So if you have a photo ready for Instagram that you've posted, open up your landscape photo in Photoshop, bring in the other photo, and this is so hard to explain.
It sounds very complicated.
Resize it so that it's the same height, and then just slide it to one side. And then, yeah, this is very hard to explain.
Don't we have a video on this?
We do have a video on it, I think. Essentially what you're doing is bringing a 4 by 5 photo in, doubling the width of it, and then making your landscape photo fit that.
Yeah.
And then saving it as 2 separate photos on each side.
So you are essentially uploading 2 separate photos,
Yeah,
so one half and the other half.
You're splitting the landscape photo in half, making sure they both make up a 4 by 5. And then uploading both of them. It's too hard to explain without being able to show you, because it confused me at the start trying to do it.
See, when it comes to the numbers of things and like dimensions, and you're trying to split things in half and find the right, it can be very confusing.
Yeah, and then sometimes we do it with a 4 by 3, so it's like a split photo, but there's a big border on it. But I still think it looks cool.
Very complicated, but essentially it is 2 photos.
Yeah.
Upload it separately, and then it makes one photo.
It's the resizing bit I'm trying to explain. That's the complicated bit. But I think we do have a video on it.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Apologies if that doesn't make sense, but it's a little tricky to explain. Do you shoot f-log or Xbox? No, we don't shoot f-log.
Kevin also asked that question.
I probably would have shot f-log if I hadn't have watched Matti Hapoya's video before we bought the XT30, where he used it, and I think he used the what do you call the film simulation everybody uses?
Eterna?
The Eterna film simulation he used, and he liked that sort of flatter look. But he said he probably wouldn't try f-log if you're not shooting 10-bit on that camera, because it kind of fell apart a bit, because the files, and they're 200 meg, and I don't know if that's high enough to be shooting f-log and trying to color grade it. He said it kind of fell apart a bit, and yeah, the whole color grading procedure is already hard enough at times. And I just thought, I prefer how this looks. I think the Astia soft, with a few tweaks we make, looks better than I could make f-log look. So maybe in future, if we get a
it's
monitor,
all about trying, right?
Yeah. If we ever, maybe we could rent out an external monitor and do a cinematic video and shoot 10-bit, and then maybe I'd shoot f-log and try and color grade. That might be cool in future to try that at some point.
Okay. USA Studio, please one tip for high-end skin. Oh, skin can be tricky. Skin tones can be very tricky.
Are you talking about for video or photo?
I'm assuming photo. But I'm not
Annie
sure.
says, friends, don't forget to like the stream. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate
yes,
it.
You say Studio, you're right. If
yeah.
you can, hit the like button. It really helps us out here, helps the channel, and just because we are a small channel.
It helps put the live stream out to more of
us.
you guys who are subscribed or.
And we did
like
also
content.
hit 1,000 subscribers.
We did.
Which I think the last stream we didn't we not?
No, we weren't.
We didn't. Wow.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. So yeah, thanks again
Thank you
for
so much.
helping us hit 1,000 subscribers. It's like the first milestone on YouTube, and we appreciate it. Lots more videos to come.
Yeah.
And hopefully enjoy those too.
Cameron, how do you edit your YouTube videos? Good question. We do use Adobe Premiere Pro and have done for years. We are big advocates for Premiere. We have used a few other video editing softwares from time to time. Obviously, some people use I was gonna say DaVinci Resolve, but that's not it. What's the other one? Final Cut. My goodness, I couldn't even think. Some people do use Final Cut. Of course, if you are an Apple or a Mac user, then you might choose to use that. But we do use Adobe, and I guess it's once you find something that works and you get comfortable with it, it's hard to change and move to something else. So yeah, that's what we use.
Yeah, if you have any other questions about that, just drop them in, because the whole editing process is long.
Fun.
And yeah, we put a lot of thought into it, and I would say the main thing when it comes to editing our videos is the flow of it. To me, I'll rewatch parts of a video like 30 times to make sure that I don't feel like I notice cuts as much or stuff like that, because if I'm going to spend that much time on it, it better turn out how I want it to turn out. And if that means another few hours of mixing a few clips together to make it flow, then that's what I'll do.
And another little tip for you is sometimes you have to just walk away. Take a step back for a minute, an hour, a while. Take a step back, do something else for a little while, and then come back to it with fresh eyes, and it kind of gives you a whole new perspective. Because if you've been sitting doing the same thing over and over again for such a long time, you kind of lose your whole, I don't know, reality, or lose track of something. You get zoned into it so much. Sometimes it's good to just step away for it for a little while, then come back. You're kind of looking at it in a whole new light, or in a new perspective. So that can help you maybe find things that, oh, you didn't notice the first time. So little tip.
Exactly.
Do you do that?
I walk away to get a cup of tea and then come back to it and realise that it still needs more work. That's also the case with photos too. Let's go back in the Lightroom, and I'll do a bit more chatting about the photos, because that is what we've titled this. But keep asking us questions about the video stuff you want. I just want to sort of talk about a few of the photos, because that is the title, and I'm sure some of you guys would like to know a bit more about the photo scenario. Let's get another photo and then go, oh, I like this one. This is one, again, can't locate the file, which is kind of annoying.
Inside the part of that building that you saw in the drone photo. So this is the inside. Yeah,
so the top-down photo you've seen, this is the mansion building near Musselton Temple at the north coast of Ireland.
Very cool, very old.
And this is definitely one of my favourite photos from that morning. We were walking through this whole area, and I just turned around, which is a simple tip when you're taking photos.
Oh my god, please do not forget to turn around.
If you're walking somewhere and you're constantly looking for photos,
you're like kind of looking.
Just because it doesn't look good when you're walking this way, make sure to turn and look back the way. And this
something we try to remember.
Yeah, look back, look up, whatever. Just make sure you don't miss a load of stuff, because I looked back when we were walking this way and the sun was just shining and obviously just hitting this center part right here. Did I click? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, so I clicked. I looked back and the light was just hitting this part, which is like the entrance part, and this whole area here, minus just the top, was dark, which this is actually, I can't show the before because the photo's not located, but this is essentially how it looked before.
Yeah.
A bit
In
overexposed.
A different sort of angle.
Probably more like this. So, like, I mean, that's already contrasty enough that with a little bit of tweaking, that's exactly how you would want the photo to look. That's how you would want this to be lit. If you could light it whatever way you want it. The center part just glowing and the rest kind of dark framing it, which I thought was really cool. And then we put our own edit on it, brightened it up, warmed it up a little bit, and boom, final photo, which I'm really happy with, and I think would make for a cool print too. So yeah, that's what we'd be thinking. Also with this one, I wanted to make sure that I left enough room for the 4x5 crop, and I didn't want to. So this is what it looks like when you go 16:9. There actually was like another roof just slightly behind that, and I didn't quite like this framing as much.
A little bit too much, isn't it?
Because this top part kind of
too busy.
It adds too much to it. So I went a bit closer, zoomed in a little bit, and then with the crop, it kind of makes it look like there's no roof at all here, which I think looked way better.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Again, if you have any questions about why I may have done that or something, drop them in. That's what this whole live stream is about.
So Kevin asks, how do you manage vlogs with the screen? Do you use an external screen?
1 sec. Are the tunes still going?
Actually, I'm going to find it for you.
The Fuji?
No. Our little screen.
Okay, 1 sec. Let me get the tunes back.
Oh, there's a spider on the wall.
Uh-oh. There is?
Yeah. Just a little one.
So. I lost my, I lost what I was doing there.
What?
I just completely blanked.
Yeah,
We'll go back to the screen.
You had a real brain
Yeah, because I
fart.
have like 5 different things on screen. I was trying to figure out what it was I was doing.
So, Kevin, we have a little gadget that we got that really, really helps us when we are filming ourselves. And it's this little thing right here. There is actually a link for this in the description. An Amazon link. It is an Amazon affiliate link. If you fancied having a look at it, it's such a handy little device. It just sits on top of your camera, and then when your screen flips out, there's a little mirror in here which then allows you to see what the screen sees. So you can essentially see the screen from just using this little mirror device, and like it's so cheap for how useful it is. So yeah, that's a really useful device.
Yeah, so if you're actually needing to vlog and see yourself, that's a great option, unless you want to buy the X-T4, which has the flip out screen.
Although if you do vlog with the Fuji X-T30, because it doesn't have IBIS, it might be a little bit unstable.
It
probably wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, if you're walking, it's a little tricky. If you really need to walk, you might want to get a gimbal. At the very least, have like a little tripod. Like we have a little Manfrotto one, so it just gives the camera a bit more. You're not just holding it in your hand. There's a bit more stability to it.
Yeah. But that's what we use, and we find it incredibly useful.
But most of our shots, if you've seen any of our photo vlogs or that, we're not really vlogging, talking to the camera. It's
usually like camera on one of us, or
we're setting up shots, or if we are
tripod.
talking, it's one of us holding it and the other one filming. Very rarely are we actually vlogging as such. Charbel says definitely buying it. It's great, and if you do sit down videos like we do sit down videos like this, it's nice to have on top of the camera so you can see yourself and sort
and like
of
you realized how much we actually do rely on that little thing, because when you did the outro to the video and you couldn't see yourself, you're like, am I in the middle or here? And it's just for just that little bit of equipment just to make life a little bit easier. So yeah, it's a really, really good little thing to have. Hi from Japan. Hi, 1:27 a.m.
Oh, no
wow,
way.
that is late.
That is late. Well, that's my kind of sleeping schedule. So cheers for joining us all the way from Japan. Kevin says, okay, thanks. No problem, Kevin. Sure Bells is definitely buying that.
You say she does, that's funny. Money cannot buy you happiness, but it's much more comfortable to cry in a new BM than on a bike.
Alright, I'll go back
You
in the
could say that, you
Lightroom
could say that.
again. We got another
Oh,
question.
good question, Sonic. Do you feel like the XT30 is too small for your hand? We've actually had a few people ask us this on videos too. Maybe it was actually you that left that comment. But a few people do wonder.
It could have been actually.
Yeah, it could have been.
If I didn't reply to you yet, apologies.
We will.
We will.
Whether it's too small for your hand, and we did kind of cover this a little bit in the recent XT30 video after 6 months, didn't we? Didn't we talk about the hand grip situation?
We did.
And basically, to put it in a story short,
in a story short.
in a short story and not blabber on too much, it doesn't really bother us that much. In saying that, we did say that we wouldn't want to be holding it without a strap, like a wrist strap or a neck strap, because it can feel a little dodgy, and I'm just too clumsy to be holding just that Fuji XT30 in my hand, so I'm not gonna do that. But overall, I wouldn't find it. Usually, who doesn't use a strap, maybe you can have.
That will have it on that'll cover Fuji specifically. One of the I see on Instagram, like this is for photo, but when taken yeah, I really like the and just the program you can wide, but not in a yeah. But I like the pattern. The tree light was a little less rough to very cool to because it's with a photo portraits
From our P forest, a lot of field photo
people have
so yeah.
one just if you in it this sure that I obviously quite far down right that coming down and she was kind of brag it just in slightly, but I went with then wide source out of a movie scene. We are screen stuff. I think it's worth. Let me look. Yes. So I went with the one, which isn't really around. And you could make the yeah. All right. It doesn't. Because but that's what I was thinking. Why animatic? Like raising him.
For a second.
Even glitching.
I also glitch. Just
I that photo.
open. Oh.
I don't really know. Fix that everything. I'm just gonna go back. Still glitch. Just right. Oh, you. Hey there. Probably still here.
We have hopefully that.
Close what we need, which is glitching. Glitching. Go long. Is this working? Are we back? Can you turn that?
What?
Is that now? Is that live?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
Looks
back.
normal.
Are we back? Okay. Yeah. Apologies for that. The fun of live streaming is so annoying. It's so annoying. I just want to edit photos in a live stream.
I just want to edit photos in live stream. That's all I want.
Apologies for that, guys. Yeah, we might have to figure out something. We need 2 devices going. Realistically, when you're streaming, you need a big PC or a streaming PC and another one beside it. You need something
We're
else.
literally pushing it to the limits, I suppose.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. But
somebody did ask a question that I did not.
We'll just answer questions for the rest of the stream so it doesn't completely.
Sorry, Cameron.
Crash.
I missed your question when all of that was happening, but just wanted to know where we get our music from, and that would be Epidemic Sound.
Yeah.
For all our videos is where we get our music from. There is also, I think, a link in the description for a free trial. I think
there could be.
It could be. I think there is a 30-day free trial link in the description.
Yeah, if you make your own videos of that, very handy. There's a lot of different types of music and stuff you can use pretty much for every style of video you could probably think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to drop
Great
your
program.
questions in, because I'm not going to be able to open Lightroom, or that's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
I have
Throw
to
us a few questions
figure
before
that
we
out.
finish.
Yeah, drop some questions in.
It's kind of annoying that has to happen. Do you think if we had my laptop?
You need, yeah, I don't know. You have to,
that help?
yeah, you have to have a laptop running, but then you have to be able to get the screen from it and pass it through your own laptop to be able to, or it's just doing nothing.
True.
Um,
Yeah, true.
yeah. Hold on, put the songs back on.
Be careful.
Dee dee.
Some comfortable chairs would be nice for live streaming.
We do have another video. I'm going to actually record another one, which is going to be a sort of a quick one, probably after this or tomorrow, and it'll probably be up in the next couple of days, which is just going to be about setting your camera up for video, if that's setting your Fuji X-T30 specifically. Very quick, right into the settings. So if you're have no interest in the settings, it might not be one for you, but I'm going to try not to be too boring and just run through exactly how we have it set up for recording our videos, because you guys have asked a lot of questions about how we record them, and it's just a simple little run through of the settings. Is getting a new X-T30 still worth it? Sonic says.
I mean, it depends what you do, right?
Still worth it in terms of, is it still up to scratch, or is it
up to standard?
better
For
just to get a
sure.
second-hand one, if that's what you, if you don't have the, if it's too expensive for you to buy a new one, then yeah, a second-hand one. If you can probably buy it off someone that, hey, I don't know, second-hand's a bit tricky. You don't want to buy one that has problems, but if you can buy it off a store, like there's MPB here
we've used before, yeah.
in the UK that you can get cameras off that. I believe they test and then resell them, so you know that it's at least working. But quality wise, yes, it definitely is. It's like the little brother of the X-T4 camera, which is a beast and a lot of people use for both photo and video. There probably isn't another camera on the market that can perform as well as the X-T30 for both photo and video. So yeah,
For the price range.
Definitely still worth it, I think.
USA Studio, is your question just for us to smile?
Make me smile. I
Make you smile.
I bet you that lag did not make you smile.
I thought you just wanted us to smile. Not make you smile. That makes more sense.
Make me smile.
Yeah.
Make smile. Oh yeah, I don't know. Found your work yesterday. Loved it.
Maharishi, I hope is right.
Maharishi. Thanks, we
yesterday.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for subscribing.
What video did you find us through, by the way?
Yeah, that's a good question. What video did you subscribe to us on?
By the way, if you have came across our video, you probably came across it through the Fuji X-T30, like we've had it after 6 months, or our first review of it. If you haven't checked out our photo vlogs and our little cinematic videos, they're also all filmed on the Fuji, and that is what we would consider our best videos. Even though they might not be the ones with the highest amount of views, those are the ones that the most work is put into, and includes photos, and a lot of it's from the Fuji. Most of it's from the Fuji too, if you want to check those out and see what it can do and what our best sort of videos we think are. So check those out if you haven't already.
Had to stretch my legs, so we're getting a little stiff under there.
Well, like we also said in the last stream too, I don't know if any of you were in it, we have got ourselves an apartment, and this whole setup will change soon.
Yeah.
And we might take you through a little
Hi, Phoenix.
sort of setup video to let you know how our new setup is looking. As of yet, we do not know. We have a few ideas for a little desk setup and stuff that hopefully we can get set up quite soon.
Yeah, that'll be fun actually. hopefully it won't be like too long before we can.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the thing.
a lot of people spend years getting their ideal desk set up. I'm not that, like, we're not that particular. We just want a clean little setup where we can edit and do live streams or whatever. And yeah, some of you said in the last video you would like to see that process, so we'll make like a little video
a little bit more behind the scenes for sure. Sonic, been following you for 5 months. Wow, love your work. Feels kind of illegal to be streaming this for free with quality you guys provide. Oh, that's so nice. You guys are dope. And do you know what? That's the ultimate goal, really, right? We want to provide you guys with, I don't know, things that we find out, knowledge, inspiration. That's kind of why we make videos, really.
Yeah,
it's for us, but it's also for you.
Yeah, we enjoy the whole travel and explore new places and capturing it through photo and video, and then obviously the whole time we're learning, so we pass that on, and hopefully you find the videos entertaining, and hopefully you probably learn something from them too, or in some of them
something.
The golden hour ones. Okay, so
that's also one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's probably one of our favorite photo vlogs, and the way that one ended is quite satisfying to me. Just the I don't know, I'm happy with how that one turned out.
Yeah, the drone footage also was my favorite.
Yeah, and the drone footage was all Christina in that one, so
yeah.
My
that's really
fave.
cool.
Oh, that's your favorite video? That's cool.
That's really cool to know. Awesome. USA
Studio says your POV in the little Irish village.
Oh yeah, where was that again?
Portaferry.
Oh, that was Portaferry. Right?
Yeah. That is also recently one of my favorite videos. That one was fun to do, and I don't remember a video, or I don't feel like I remember one that I've got that many photos that I liked from one video. That was just a cool little area, and the sunrise was epic.
Yeah.
And it was just nice. It was kind of cold at the start, and then it warmed up a little bit.
It was just really quiet.
Yeah, it was just nice to stroll around, and you will probably see a lot more of those very early morning, just walking around little areas taking photos. Even though it will get a lot colder in the winter.
You can go by yourself.
Yeah, it's probably our favorite time to be out doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though getting up early is tricky, it's not the most enjoyable part of it. But when you're out, it's you always glad
winter,
that you did it.
The sun is gonna be rising a lot later.
Yeah, thought of that. Yeah, that's a little annoying, but we like doing those.
That's really cool. It's cool to hear your guys' opinions too, because although we can chat to you guys in the comments, but it's kind of different to know like exactly what you're thinking and have like a proper conversation. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know comments. I mean, not everybody comments, and we get it. We don't comment on every video we watch, but yeah, we appreciate the comments. And just even when we do a video where like the POV and we ask you what your favorite photo was, it's always nice when people actually pick one and actually take the time to comment and tell us, because yeah, it's cool to see. You obviously have your own opinions on your photos, but it's nice to see which ones other people like.
Or don't like.
Yeah.
Which is fine too. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you have any final questions, I think we'll probably finish up quite soon. If you have any final questions about anything, composing photos, shooting them, editing them, or seeing the video, drop them in and we'll try and answer them.
Yeah, or even anything that if you would like to see a video on, if you wanted something specific for us to maybe talk about or do, then let us know. Yeah,
we have a few sort of videos in the works at the minute that are going to be coming out, and then we're going to do a few on our trip to Dublin as well.
Yeah, that's true. We have a little trip to Dublin next week.
Should be fun. Can you make a B-roll video in the next one? So,
ooh, cinematic?
Do you mean like the cinematic videos we do, which I mean is sort of similar to those B-roll ones, or do you mean an actual fast-paced B-roll?
Oh, it's been a long time since we've done one of those.
Yeah. Do you like film photography, guys, like Sir Camera? I don't know. I assume that's a YouTuber. I don't know who that is, but I do love film photography. And
you do watch a lot of people who do film photography.
Yeah, I probably watch as many people that do film photography as I do digital. It doesn't really matter to me the exact type. but I do really like film photography. I love how it looks, and you can probably see from our photos that there's a little bit of that film look in there. I do take a lot of inspiration from film photographer and film photographs. I just like how they look.
Do you Maharishi, do you watch anyone who does film photography? Which Fuji lens is best for street photography? That's a difficult question to answer.
Again, who's it? Meta. Can't answer that really because we only have the 18 to 55. We do plan on getting more lenses, like we said. So once we try those out, we will definitely give our opinion on what we think is good for whatever we've used them for, if it works for us.
But you would imagine you would need like a bigger zoom lens.
For certain shots, I know a lot of people like 23 or 35 mil are seen to be two of the most popular and two of the best lenses that Fuji have. They're not the cheapest lenses, but I know a lot of people that use I think it's the 23 f.2 is massively popular.
We did used to do a lot of street photography, but not with the Fuji X230. We've never done it with that.
Not like street photography, like with a lot of people in it. Like you could technically count our last video, the POV,
you could, yeah.
in the Little Irish Village, as street photography sort of thing. Depends what way you want to talk about street photography.
Photos of streets, I suppose, is what it is. But yeah.
Whoa. One sec, you can take over.
How many times have you left? That's okay. We're probably gonna finish up now soon anyway. We've actually been streaming for, is it like over an hour? Crazy. Usei Studio, yes, cinematic. That is actually something we were thinking about doing for our upcoming trip to Dublin. We're kind of not really sure what we should do in terms of videos. Do we do a cinematic video, like kind of like showing the streets of Dublin, like that would be cool, or do we do a POV where we just go around taking photos? Do we do a photo vlog? Do we do all of the above? I don't know. So yeah, if we don't do it in Dublin, it will probably be one of the next videos after that. But maybe we will do it in Dublin. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, definitely more cinematic videos for sure will be on the channel. Cooking in nature, lots of hearts, thank you. Yeah, I thought so. I love it. That's how I found you guys in the first place, although you don't use it, but I love your style. Kind of resembles film photography. It's good.
Cool.
It's good that you can see that actually. That there's a little bit of inspo on Chris's part from film photography.
Yeah, there's something about film photography and film photos, and I think that's why so many people are drawn towards getting a film camera, because there's just something about the look of it, especially like medium format film cameras too. They're just, I don't know, it just looks better than digital, I think, and that's why I try and edit them. I don't want to force it to look like film too much, but I definitely feel like it looks a little bit like film.
It's very interesting that that's how you found us in the first place. Did you like come across us or something when you were searching for film photography, or?
We actually had a few ideas for videos where we sort of replicate how a film photographer would take photos on our Fuji, like limit ourselves to maybe only taking one photo.
Shot, yeah.
Just because you have to give it to film photographers to not even be able to see the result of your photo until you scan it like a week later is very difficult. It's, I mean, yeah, just very tricky, and yeah, I'd be quite nervous to do it if I was doing it on anything where like this shot's really nice and I don't want to miss it, but I might miss it if I expose it wrong, and yeah. So true.
Sonic, that's actually such a funny question, because we were literally Chris was literally talking about this before the stream started. Would you recommend editing Fuji photos in Lightroom or Capture One? And it's really Is it really different like people say?
Good question, Sonic. I literally was researching a bit of this last night, and I actually downloaded a demo of the Iridium X transformer. You might have probably heard of it if you've been looking this type of stuff up. And it is a program that turns your Fuji RAW files into DNG files, and then you put them into Lightroom, and that stops Lightroom doing its sort of sharpening thing to it and making it look like, people say, like a water painting. Gives it that weird sort of soft look. I tried it on a few pictures last night. It definitely works. It definitely takes a lot of that water look off it, which is cool. But the end result by exporting both of them, it's kind of hard to tell unless you zoom in a lot. During editing, you'll definitely notice it a little bit, but the final result, it's hard to tell whether it makes a massive difference. But I have heard that Capture One is better than that again, and it just works better for Fuji files.
But would you think it's enough of a difference to...
I think it makes more of a difference during editing when you're zooming in and stuff like that, and if you're sending digital copies to people where they can really zoom in. But if you're like wanting to print a photo or that, I think the end result is very hard to tell either way. But yeah, it's something I would also like to try. We might have to get a demo version of Capture One and just try it out and see.
You said should use a product B-roll video. It's been a long time since... Oh my god, my neck! Ow!
Jeez.
Sorry.
You cracked?
Something cracked.
That's not good. Mert
Oh my goodness.
Onat,
so
what is up? Cheers for joining us.
I just meant to say it's been a long time since we've done
It has been a long time. I think we done a few. We done the jackets, the Gandhi's jackets, and we done one on our camera bag.
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got that weird strain.
Yeah, I mean maybe we'll do one at some point. You need a like a nice product to do it of, so you can get shots around it and it looks good and stuff. Like we could maybe do one with the Fuji, but then we couldn't film it
on
with the Fuji, which would be annoying.
Thing. We need 2 Fujis.
Congratulations on 1,100 subscribers, you two. I love your videos. Keep on going. Clean Sneak TV. Thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being one of those people that helped us get there.
Thank you so much. It's very exciting, and we now have the community tab, which is very exciting.
That's cool.
We can post to you anytime we want.
Not that you may see it, because YouTube just decides who it's going to show that to, but yeah, we'll probably post some stuff in the community tab, but we're not going to do it like all the time, just because we don't want to pollute your feed with our community posts. I know I don't really like seeing it when people do that, but
just if there's anything we would like you to know about
certain things, or like you can put little polls in it and stuff too, so we might do that for certain things.
USA Studio, I'm okay, thank you for your concern. That was just a weird like sort of glitch in my neck that happened, kind of strange.
You should do it, guys. That's a great idea and concept for a video as well. Also include Polaroid camera shot. It will be more versatile and people like me will love it and find you more. What do you mean include Polaroid?
Include Polaroid camera shot. Do you mean like
get a Polaroid camera or try and replicate?
Or try and replicate your edits like a Polaroid?
I would love a Polaroid camera.
Yeah,
I was actually looking at them just for memories, and it's just, they are cool. If you could
thanks for the advice.
If you could only have one Fuji lens, which one would it be? I was thinking on getting a 16-55 f2.8 as my only lens.
The moral of the story of this stream is that we need Fuji lenses.
Unless we buy a lot of Fuji lenses, we cannot get them to try now. There is no company that can get them to Ireland without problems. Maybe from America, but it would cost a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
And we're not just gonna buy a whole pile of lenses just to try them out, because then we can't return them.
Yeah.
But when we can rent them, we will rent a number of different lenses to try them out and show you guys the results and stuff. But the 16-55 is, if you're wanting an all-round lens, I would say probably the number one in that kit in the Fuji lineup, from what I've heard. For photo anyway. For video it doesn't have stabilization,
which is a problem.
For photo, yeah, it's going to be an all-rounder. For landscapes, portraits, you got a good bit of zoom in there too. Probably a good option, Kevin, but we can't give our own solid opinion on that. The 16 to 55 is one of their red label lenses though, so they have that as like their top level of lens. Although I like your work already, guys. Cheers. It'd be nice if we could pronounce your name properly, but I'm not sure. Marakishi.
No, that's so wrong.
What do you say? Maharakishi?
Maharishi.
Maharishi.
There's no K in there.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought there was
Maharishi.
Maharishi. That's better.
Phoenix, I use Lightroom for more flexible color grading, but I don't touch the sharpening tool when dealing with Fuji RAW files. For the most part, I use Capture One Express for Fuji. Sharpening is much nicer.
Oh, so you actually do use it. What we've done on a few photos, and we have a video coming soon where we like sort of go into this a little bit more on why we done it. But we use sometimes for certain photos, I'll not sharpen it in Lightroom, bring it into Photoshop and use like the unsharp mask or something, which seems to do a better job. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it on enough photos to know whether that photo just happened to be a little bit better, but seems to do a better job. But yeah, I have heard that Capture One is the best. But is it as easy to use? Like I've heard a few people say it's not as just as quick and easy as Lightroom with like the way you manage your photos and stuff, but I don't know.
Just like one Polaroid pic in your full vlog just for fun, because your location will go perfectly with it. It's an idea.
That is an idea. Yeah, we would, if we had a Polaroid camera, we would definitely do that.
Use it, yeah.
Because it's cool to have the photo, and they're just, it's nice to see, and also it has that film thing to it, so you're also kind of learning a little bit about film while you're doing it, which is cool.
True. Okay, we should probably finish, because I got some things to do.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys. Apologies. We did plan on being in Lightroom a lot more in this one and running through the photos. I have a little bit of figuring out to do with how we're going to do that. But cheers for joining us anyway, and apologies for the laggy stream at times. It's a work in progress. It's only the second one, so we'll try and fix a bit more of it each time. But yeah, good chats. Thanks for all your questions.
Yeah.
We have got another video, like I said, coming soon, and yeah.
And our little trip, which we'll have videos coming from there too. And then we're moving after that, so we'll probably kind of maybe film bits of it as well, so we can kind of show you that process.
If you don't already, give us a follow over on our Instagram. It's just Mike and Teens. The link is in the description, and I think that's pretty much it.
I think so. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Oh, we're pronouncing that perfectly, by the way.
Oh, we are.
Excellent. Good to know. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. More live streams to come. So
audio's gone. It is? That's interesting.
Hello?
That's very interesting, because it's coming up on this that we still have audio. And the camera.
There's too many things.
I can still hear. Is it still?
Audio is working great.
Can you hear us?
Interesting. Maybe it just glitched out for a second.
We can hear you. No audio. It's not gone. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, interesting. That's just two people commented that. That's just bots, is it, or something? It's just two people that just came in. Okay.
Oh my goodness, what's happening? Okay, right, okay. They're just like trying to spam. Eunice says, hear you fine. Okay, good. Still working.
Okay, that is now gone. Okay, anyway.
Anyway. It's literally just for the end of the stream anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so like we were saying, what were we saying?
Just about upcoming videos and following on Instagram.
Oh yeah, drop us a follow over on Instagram. We try and post. We drop at least a photo or two up there a week, and then stories and stuff when we can. But yeah, cheers for joining us. We will do another one soon. And yeah, anything else to add?
I don't think so. Just thank you.
That is it. End of stream. Hope you all have a nice Thursday and a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
And we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
See ya.